All right, we are live and on air. I want to welcome everybody to today's Kickoff Labs marketing chat, where we will be reviewing your landing pages. So we've got a few landing pages that have been submitted ahead of time, and then we are also hanging out in the chat at grow.kickofflabs.com/live viewing, where you are presumably also viewing this chat. And if you are in attendance in the chat, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Post a link to your page, even if you submitted it ahead of time. This way it guarantees that we will be reviewing your page, because we will get to everyone who shows up at a chat, and we will get feedback to all of your pages from the chat. Otherwise, we'll go into our backlog of pages that people have sent asking for a review. It's nice to post the link in the chat and then as well, because then you'll get feedback from other people, and we'll get to give you a shout out to your business as well. So come hang out in the chat. Let us know what you think of the feedback we're giving on each of these pages, and then keep in mind, you can take some feedback from. You can learn some lessons from all of the pages we'll look at, because we have a lot of advice that goes that fits everybody's contest and everybody's campaign. So before we get started, in case you didn't know, I'm Josh from Kickoff Labs. With me today is Laura Lee from Kickoff Labs.
Hey, everybody.
And our product helps you set up viral contests in minutes. And so what that means is you can quickly and easily set up a refer a friend style giveaway, sweepstakes, or product launch. And so our customers have used us for smarter marketing and to collect over 17 million leads in the last couple of years. And I'm super excited to see how many leads you guys are going to collect with all of your contests. So some of our specific features, we like to run giveaways for referrals. So basically, if somebody refers you 5 additional customers, you can give them something. You can run a leaderboard, so that each month you could run a separate leaderboard and see who refers the most other people or gets the most points from activities like liking, following you on Facebook, or referring friends. And we also support the concept of a wait list, so where people can get on a wait list for a new product or a new release or a product, and they could be 5,000th in line, and they refer some friends, and then all of a sudden they are 300th in line for your product. And so it gives them some incentive to refer friends leading up to a product launch, because they might get a better discount or a different specialized version of the product. And of course, Kickoff Labs comes with features you'd expect from a tool like this. You can run easy A/B tests. You can get demographic data on your leads, conversion rate analytics. You can see how well the campaign is doing. And we also, of course, do a lot to prevent fake contest entries and fraud that permeates the contest space. And so we will automatically weed out people with duplicate IP addresses. We will weed out people, if you want, coming from contest sites. We'll weed out temporary email addresses, and do everything we can do to make sure that people entering your contests are valid entries, and can actually become potential customers for you, and aren't just people looking for a free, easy, win of your contests. So all that said, I'd love you to try Kickoff Labs if you haven't. We've had a lot of successful customers, and I'm sure we could help you with your next marketing campaign. And if you do try Kickoff Labs, let us know what you think. You can always drop us a line at support@kickofflabs.com. So having said all that, let's jump into the first landing page up for review. And after this, we'll check back in on the chat. But the first landing page here is Sound Huggle. I know nothing about a lot of these pages. I pulled them up in advance, and so you kind of get the feedback, pretty raw here. So I guess my biggest thing is, I don't know what this product is, and it seems to me the best thing you can do copy-wise is to make sure people understand the what of a product. And so I do have some specific design feedback. I'm guessing these are like earmuffs or something that are warming, but also have speakers in them. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but what I do know is that there needs to be some copy on this page, where instead of you bragging and saying, we are preparing to launch our newest product because your ears deserve better, I would be really specific and say, you know, the best warming ear, you know, the best warming speakers are finally, like, you know, keep your ears warm and listen to music is, you know, is coming soon. I would lean on that copy and be more specific rather than teasing. I think teases can work really well if you're a really established brand and you sort of know what you're doing. So recently, there's a video game company called Atari, and they're launching a new console, and they just ran this teaser campaign to collect email addresses. But you kind of know what the product is going to be. The company has a large brand and a large following already, so the tease works really well in that case. For 99% of the rest of us who don't have a large audience, who don't have a following, teasing something is just a way to turn people off because you don't know what it is. You don't trust the person implicitly, so you're not just going to sign up. And so that's my 2 cents on doing a tease of a campaign. And then if I were to make some comments on the design, there's something a little off with the logo being this square, white, and a round. Like, I wish it was just the black circle with the white, or just the white overlaid transparently on top of the background image. I would kill the "is coming," and that way you can lead more into your line here, because you're already saying "be the first to know" or "get our launch product" or something down here. That will imply that it's not yet there yet. But when people read "is coming," it doesn't seem like there's anything left to do on the page. I would also take the countdown timer and I would move it below the form, so the form moves higher up on the page. And then there seems to be something with the social media icons here that are they're not quite centered on the page. If the center comes down where my mouse is, and I don't know if that's an issue you had designing the page within KickoffLabs, but you can always reach out to us in support and we can take a look at that for you. I am going to click on their Facebook link and see if there's something on the Facebook page that tells me more about what the Sound Huggle is. Okay, so they do have a sign up button. Okay, so here, Sound Huggle headphones keep your ears warm during the winter commute. That'd be a perfect headline to run on the landing page. So you're not afraid of telling people what the product is because you're going for this. You've got this digital trends article here. And so it's not like you're totally teasing it, but why not take some of this copy that you're putting on Facebook or even this background image on the page where the sound really comes out, where it doesn't just look like an orb like this or this picture with the product. So something that shows the product what it is a little bit more, I think would have a lot more effectiveness, because the hand holding out the product, it's hard to tell what it is, but it's really easy to tell with the pictures on this Facebook page what it is, especially the one on this digital trends article that was show up first, like this one right here. If you had a larger version of this shot, I think it would work really well on a landing page with the form aligned to the left-hand side of the landing page instead of centered in that case. And that's my 2 cents on the design of this page. Laura Lee, did you have anything that you wanted to add on the design of this page?
Yeah, I was looking at the Facebook page since you clicked on it. I'm glad you did, because on there it says get 30% off, but on the landing page, all that's mentioned is like to sign up now, like be the first to know is the main call to action. I wonder if, like, instead of saying like be the first to know, sign up to get 30%, would you think that would be a better incentive?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the call to action here on that Facebook page you're showing is super strong, with the arrow saying sign up to be, and get 30% off. Like, they need that same strength in the call to action on their actual product landing page that they're running within KickoffLabs.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, awesome. So I think that those are awesome suggestions for the content updates, like reworking, because I almost feel like on the landing page here, you've got your logo, which says Sound Huggle, which I agree with Josh about updating the logo. What I would suggest is consider, instead of, you could keep the circle here, make sure it's a transparent image though, that it's not a JPEG. You'll need to make it a PNG to make it transparent. And you could keep it black, or even I would like play with maybe just pulling out the word and making it a certain color, like whatever color of your logo. And then the other thing that stands out is like the button should be, you know, maybe if you pull in the color, like this image here, this like deep red color, make that your button maybe color instead of, so it stands out a little bit more. It's like more enticing. It draws people's eyes. That's where you want them to look and to sign up. That's another thought. And then the last thing I would say is like, I would just echo what Josh said about updating the header. Since you've now got the Sound Huggle is coming, you're going to remove the is coming. You now have your logo that says Sound Huggle. And for the header, instead of repeating saying Sound Huggle again, reworking this to maybe saying headphones to keep your ears warm during the winter commute or whatever it is, and then go into the details of what it is, like it says here, like a Bluetooth enabled combination of headphones, and then kind of work into a little more details of what it is you're offering here in details. I think that that would make your page look a lot sharper and more enticing.
Yeah, and to go back to the chat, I think Jason here from Sound Huggle asks, you know, how about saying the world's coziest headphones? Yeah, I think that'd be a perfect subtitle where it said Sound Huggle, the world's coziest headphones. It sounds perfect with a great picture. And then Dana asks, so should we include discount offers? And I think she's meaning on the sign up pages. And yes, I think it's important to include something for everyone that signs up. So that you are giving them something in exchange for the attention you're asking them to give you, and that's why I think you should absolutely do that. So then, if we took a little bit deeper look at this page, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. I am, and let's sign up and see what happens next. So I'll sign up. All right. So again, it's the same thing with the logo and the image, where I like the image of somebody handing this off, but I still can't tell that it's headphones here. And so remember that, think about when people come to a page like this, you still have to remind them what the product is. Because what if I sign up, I go, I leave, I look at a bunch of other pages, I go to Facebook, I come back, and I'm not quite sure what this page was. So you need to just remember to reiterate and remind people what the product is. And never, especially on these first touches, when people are first getting to know you and your product, you don't have a reputation and a brand that people know. So really to focus on, you know, what it is. I love the concept that you were getting at with somebody giving somebody else a pair of these headphones, but still I can't tell if that's a headphones or a beanie or a hat or what it is being shared. And so be a little bit more specific there. And I would consider, if you end up choosing an image on the first page of somebody wearing the headphones, just using the same image on the second page, or if you have a second person that can be looking at that person, then it gets kind of the point across. I love the concept you're going for. I just wish it showed what the product was a bit more. And then you're saying, let's see, so invite friends and earn a chance to win Rockstar products. I would, so a couple things. I would say, get your headphones free, by inviting friends, and that the way you're really specific, like invite 10 friends, get your headphones free, and then, because that's what it is, it's like, or 5 friends here, chance to unlock a chance to win. Okay, so you're saying that they'll get more of a discount here. I'm curious why you're doing this unlock a chance to win at 25 and 50. I would be really, I guess what I would look at it is I would scale, be much simpler. I would want to simplify this. I might do everybody has a chance to win, but scale the discounts up. You get a higher discount at 5, 10, and then the highest discount at like 25, or free headphones to the first 10 people that reach the 25, just to simplify it, because you're asking a lot just for a chance to win. So you're saying, like, I have to get 15 people to do it, and for a chance to win 2 of these pair of earmuff headphones. And I think you're just asking a lot for a chance to win. So something that's more guaranteed, maybe then with a chance to win on top of it. So scale up the discounts as you go. And then your chance to win is something, there's something in it for everyone just for participating, or it's like, if this, you could do the chance to win a huge, this big pack or something, like win the ultimate pack is their chance to win. And I would consider that, just to simplify the story of the discounts more. I would make these links larger because of the font. They don't really stand out. You can make these a size bigger, the sharing links. Put the Facebook one first and use text on it that says share with Facebook. That way it's obvious what it is. Facebook is really by far where most of the sharing and referrals come from. And so to really highlight that can help. And I would have this call to action where it says share unique link via email. This should be above the icons, because the icons are sort of here, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with these, but you want the call to action above. Just like on this page, you have the call to action be the first to know, when really this should say, get 10% off the world's coziest headphones or something like that. And then this page, there should be a call to action below the title that says share on Facebook, and you could earn a free product. I don't like pushing this all the way down. If you simplify it with the discounts, I would get rid of the points and the countdown timer and just push this up. And if you're going to have the countdown timer, put it below this section with the system, with the rewards. So that way you have a headline that tells them, because you'll have this 0 here. They'll have the points up here. You don't have to have this big circle. And the countdown is secondary to convincing them to share, is how I would go after the sharing piece of it. So, Laura, did you have any design feedback on this page?
I would just echo what we'd said about the logo, whatever logo you end up updating, to update it here as well. And I totally agree with moving the reward levels up higher on the page. And I love your suggestions about reducing these. I wonder, or simplifying these rewards. I wonder if on the landing page, knowing now that they're offering a free headphone, do you think that they should tease that out on the landing page? Say something like, instead of 35% off, get the chance to earn a free.
Yeah, I would.
That would be more enticing, I would think. Yeah. So that's another thought of something you can do on your landing page to make it more enticing, get more leads, is to go ahead and tease out your highest reward. Those are the biggest things that stand out to me.
Yeah, and Jason asks, this is a good question, what if I already offer my existing email list a 30% discount? He says, but he agrees with us. I don't know. I can't tell you what the right levels of discount are for your product, because it depends on the pricing, your marketing budget, how much of it's going into this promotion, and your tolerance for the discounts. And so, to do something where, like, you scale it up, instead of starting at 30, you started at 20, and then you scale it up to 40, 50% off, and then a free set of headphones to the first 10 people at a certain level, is how I would think about it, going in that direction, and just doing whatever you can to simplify the promotion so it's an easier story to tell. I mean, you've put a lot of thought into the promotion and what you're giving away here, but I think it's a little bit too much effort when it could be a much simpler promotion. So let's see. I'm gonna remind people, because we've had a couple people join us in the chat here, that if you submitted your landing page for review, please post it in the chat along with a brief introduction to make sure that we're getting to your page. I'm gonna have Laura Lee, while we're waiting for folks to promote to the next page, go on to the next one that was up, I think, Lead Abroad.
Yep.
And Laura Lee can start with a review of that page.
Yeah, real quick before I jump into that, one last thing that I thought that I forgot to mention was that I think that your images are really, really nice. I like your campaign overall, and I think the images, you have some really high quality images. And just using the ones that Josh had mentioned, I think will be really good. But I like your use of images from a design standpoint. Okay, so jumping over into the Lead Abroad campaign. Looks like we've got a video here with some elephants, which is like where my eyes, and then there's some swimming. So it looks like there's some sort of a broad like learning option. Let's see what the headline says. It says your epic adventure begins here. Chat with the Lead Abroad travel expert. And that's all that's on this page. So then I need to put my first and last name, my email, and my cell phone. So a couple things. First, you want to make sure that on some of these videos I can see the text really well, and some that it's a little bit harder. I would make this overlay just a little bit darker. And again, it's I like the video. I mean, I go back and forth on these videos because they're very distracting. They distract you from your headline. They distract you from signing up. And so I would almost recommend running an A/B test, one without a video, one with just a static image, and then one with the video, and making everything else the same, just to see which one performs better. But you're also pretty vague here on this one, just similar to the last. It's like you're just teasing this. And I know in general what like a learning abroad would be, but I don't know what Lead Abroad is. I don't know if this is like an educational thing, if this is a vacation something. So I would just be really clear on that. Make sure that like not only you can pull on this adventure, but be really clear about what you're offering here. And then for your sign up form, the other thing that I would suggest is, first of all, from a design standpoint, you've got these pill like input options, and then you've got just a rounded button. So whether, I would say be consistent either way, like either make the input options rounded as well, or make everything a pill so that it's completely circled on the ends. Just be consistent there. And then the last thing is, do you absolutely need my first, my last name, my email, and my cell phone? I would only ask for, I would like remove anything that you don't absolutely need in order to continue to nurture this lead. Like for instance, the first and last name, I'd say maybe just make it the first name and the email, unless you absolutely need a cell phone. But especially on a landing page, I would be very hesitant to put in my cell phone, because I don't want to get a bunch of texts or whatever from.
Yeah, I agree. I'd be really wary of putting in my cell phone unless it was like the secondary form, or like I've agreed to let you call me and then I'll give you my cell phone number on the landing page. And I think there's something to me missing. Like it feels like it's missing a logo at the top.
Yep, that was gonna be the nice thing. Yeah,
add some trust. But I'll let you keep going
because that. I mean, with the logo, because first of all, I don't know, and maybe you're going to email a list that you've already, that already knows you really well and you have a high trust with them. But anyone that's new, that's going to be coming to this page, they're going to really question this, because first of all, you're asking for a lot of personally identifiable information, first and last name, my email, my cell phone. And then, but I don't know that you're a business, and it doesn't feel credible without a logo. And not that there's a logo is going to add the credibility, but everything together combined would give me like a lot of warning signs. I would never sign up for something like this because of that. So add a logo. Consider what you can remove from asking. If all you absolutely need is the email to continue to the next step, just ask for the email and remove the personally identifiable information. And those are my biggest recommendations. The blue button stands out pretty well, and so I think that this blue is still pretty good. But those are mine. Any other thoughts, Josh?
No, I mean I agree with just about everything you said. Did you call it? It's a little weird. The forms are the pill shape rounded, but the button is squared off.
Yeah. Yep. I mentioned that.
Okay. I thought I heard you say something. I just wanted to make sure. And then there's a sign up now link on the bottom where it says sign up now, we rest our case. And you're linking to, I don't know what the point of that. It actually links to, the link is broken because I don't know what you're meant to link to there, but it's linking to the KickoffLabs dashboard. So you might want to fix the sign up now link in the bottom because it's not actually linking to anything that's worth it for your campaign there.
Yeah, good catch on that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would go on to the next, the thank you page here.
Okay, let's check that out. So it looks like the name and the phone weren't required fields. I didn't put those in. And when I get to the thank you page, so if they're not going to be required, I would just remove them. But this thank you page is a really simple thank you page where you just encourage people to share. And you don't have your logo here, so I would update it with your own logo. And then you can, I would consider, instead of using something simple like this, on a simple thank you page, consider offering some sort of reward for people to share. People will be more enticed to share. You could even just offer one simple reward of something that I'm sure you have that's of value that maybe won't actually cost you anything, like a one-on-one something, or you can be creative about what you offer as a reward, but something, I would suggest that. Would you agree with that, Josh?
Yeah, there should be something. I mean, I think it looks like what happened here is they're just still in the process of setting up the campaign, and I don't think they even changed any of the copy on the thank you page yet. So I think they just need to go through and think about what their motivation is for people to share, or at least having a more personalized, branded thank you page. Because it's jarring to go from this like very active, like enthusiastic like page with the branding that's on that page, and then to come to this page is kind of jarring because it's our simple, like, meant to be very like standard thank you experience that feels very different than a page of the video background on it.
Yeah, really good point. So even including like an image here would help, like an image of someone on something abroad would be help with consistency.
Exactly. All right, so I'm going to go on to the next page, which is sheets.kickoffpages.com. So if I go back and make sure that I'm sharing the right page here. Okay, and here we are. All right, so sharing on this page here. So I have the exit intent window up. So this is another feature of KickoffLabs. We have a bounce widget. So it's because I went to the browser bar, so I thought I was leaving the page. This is a really pretty well done exit intent. I like the look of it with the line here, the logo, the text, the line, and then the form on the right side of this sign up page. I just wish that the sign said, a little bit more of the brand. And I've seen this page before because they emailed support, but I know the brand is like this better pair of sheets for couples sleeping together that have different temperature needs. And so, sign up and stay comfortable at night, or sign up and, unlock our exclusive, sheets launch discount, something that says it's more specific. And then the button can say like, get my discount or sleep better or something like that. That's more on brand. So think about all the aspects of your campaign and how, like we said with the thank you page earlier, that each of these, you look at them and say, oh, it's all just the same product and the same pitch. But a customer looks at these and they read a very generic message here that doesn't resonate when they have a very specific message on this page saying the first ever dual temperature sheets, time to end the bedroom battles. And I love that subheadline for this product. I just wish that they took some of this personality and put it on the exit intent that came up there. So it's kind of looking through the page here. It's very simple. It's interesting that you're one of the few people I've seen actually puts the button here that links to the form lower on the page, as opposed to having the form right up front. I don't know how well that works. I don't know if you're A/B testing against a different page. I'd actually be very curious to see an A/B test with this against just having the form right up front, because I'm always a fan whenever it's a simple form of having the page, right up front. I also feel like I wonder if this page isn't better laid out like this, where you've got this form and this image with this being the top of the page with the logo on top of it and the subheadline here. If this wouldn't have been a better header for the page, it just feels better from a design perspective. And then the sign up with Facebook could be right below the form here, so right below the launch form. I'm not a fan of the big text screaming coming soon. I never am on the page. I'm not a fan of the timer unless there's a reason for the timer, like, you know, your launch discount, like, you know, instead of saying coming soon, there can be a reason saying like discounts expire in, you know, ... and it tells you how many days the discounts expires in. So it actually tells them what the motivation is, not just coming soon, oh, 5 days. So I could just check back later and sign up later, right? After 5 days. No, like this should say like your exclusive discount ends in and tells them when they have to sign up by, so then they know they need to take action. So if you're going to have a countdown timer on the page, what is expiring at the end of the countdown timer? Or does it matter at all? And there should be some reason it matters to people with the countdown timer to expire. So I love this copy, the first ever dual sheets. I like this image section here. Although I wish you took the copy, like I love the how it works, the dual seamless temp fabric, what people are saying. I just wish that this was a little bit more consistent, because you have bullets here, you have an image here, and you've got a quote here. I wish this is just like, looked more like a paragraph text, like a paragraph, cozy flannel half is warm and breathable half is ventilating in one cotton sheet. Like we just turn that into just a simple little 2-sentence paragraph. If the seamless dual temp fabric didn't need to be an image, if you just said like, you just explained it a bit more in words, because this should be your image up top here, and it does a good job. There's a cool and a hot side. And then what people are saying, just stick with one quote and italicize the quote on this part of the page. Lorelei, do you have any feedback for the sign up page before I move on?
Yeah, I mean, as you're going through this, I agree that the flow of this page feels really off. And I like your suggestion to move this section down here, the sign up to save huge, up to the top. You know, keeping this awesome subtitle, because it like really gives you, like, makes you smile, makes you kind of happy and almost laugh, you know, just reading it, and it adds a personality to this page. And the images do the same thing. I wonder if, like, with the layout, if like you broke it up into like, instead of having 3 images in the row, what if you had like how it works section with one of these images on one side, like, so like, for instance, the what section did I see? You know, in the how it works, for instance, it's like, it starts out cozy flannel, half is warm and insulating. Like you see this image on the third one on the right that's really like looks very cozy and warm. Like it's almost like that one could be on the left side with the text on the right, kind of breaking up the sections with the images. And I agree, the seamless dual temp fabric, you could like go into a little detail on that with that, or just include that with this image that in the middle next to that, because that really is where that connects. But anyway, just try like looking at the flow, and think of the flow of this page, where it starts out. And I agree with Josh, that was the first thing that I noticed, was the button at the first instead of a sign up form. I'm curious to see how that works out as well. But I like the color of your button and the colors you're using on the page. But just maybe working on the flow that you have on this page. Consider like a main header section, and then like maybe an image with text on one side, with image on the other side and text on the other side, so that it kind of flows a little bit more smoothly. But overall, that I like the colors that you have. And if you need any help, you can email us at support, like any suggestions as you make progress on the flow of this page. You can reach back out to us and we'll help you.
Exactly. So I've signed up now, and I'm on the thank you sharing contest page. And I like this. I do like the simple header. It says thanks for signing up. You could kind of play in a little bit of cuteness on the first thing. Like, I can tell, like, thanks, I can see you want to keep the peace. Just something that
Yeah.
plays a little bit on the brand to be fun here, because you do it down below. You say like happiness doubles when shared. So I love when people like have fun with the brand a little bit and aren't too serious. I would switch the sides of this page. I would have this side of text on the left and the sheets on the right side. Just I feel like people read pages left to right more naturally in English, and I feel like it draws more attention to the sharing aspect of it. And I would put the buttons, these share buttons, above the copy here, the link copy here. If the share buttons were above the link copy, they'd stand out a little bit more, because you can see like this is below the fold on my page. I have to scroll to see the sharing buttons. So what can I do to move that up a little bit more so I can see the sharing buttons? And then I like the more you share, the more you earn bigger discounts or free sheets. I wish that there was like an image sort of with each one of these a little bit, of things I could get, because you have this image here. Maybe this should be like a product shot image live, and then this would be the packaged image under the free sheet set. And I think that would be a little bit more effective on the sharing side of things.
You know, they on this one again, they tease out like that they can earn free sheets, but that's not mentioned at all on the landing page.
Exactly, it's a good catch. So the landing page should mention like sign up for a chance to earn free sheets. And I do like going what we talked about earlier with the sound huggle of, you know, on the sign up page initially, I don't think it says even discounts. Like I guess it does say exclusive launch discounts and a chance to earn free sheets. So yeah, at least they do talk about the discount, but the chance to earn free sheets is huge. And I do like that you made it really clear: invite friends and earn free sheets. And then you've got the promotion down here showing what they have to get the free sheets. I feel like you could do like a bolder headline, like free. This should say free sheets, and this should say free bed set here, because I had to read to understand what the difference was in the two free ones, because they looked the same to me. So if this said free sheets and free bed set or free complete set, with then the paragraph below like sheet set and duvet, it would be a little bit clearer, because I do like the way these words are. I just don't like that these two words are the same on the sharing side of things. Literally, do you have any other feedback?
You know, I just like this. I think that there's a lot of chance on this campaign to be really playful and fun.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I would like to see that a little more, I think, is kind of the biggest thing. The flow of the landing page, and then play more playful. Even on the buttons, you know, you could play with that.
Cool. All right. So, Lorley, do you want to go to the next Kickoff Labs page?
Yeah. So it looks like, is it the condo.house app? Or
this can be a little harder to explain. That one's in Spanish, and I don't think the owner of that page is here. So let's go to the next one after that I sent.
The Delish one?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so looking at this page for something delicious coming, we're red hot new, but inspired by old. So I'm not sure yet what's being offered, just starting here. And you want, like when you're thinking of your landing page, the first thing that you want to do is make it really clear what you're offering and why someone should sign up. So I'm still not sure what's being offered yet. Don't suffer from FOMO. Don't miss your chance to win fabulous goodies with a simple click. And then PS, we only mail the amazing like you. So I still just don't know what this is. I'm going to guess it's some sort of subscription box, but I'm not positive. And so there's a couple things, like I would say that's like the biggest thing on this page that you really need to work on, is to make it really clear what it is you're offering, and then answer that question of why someone should sign up right now. And then the other thing is, like, your sign up box doesn't stand out because it kind of goes along with your headline colors. So I would consider also changing the color of this button so it's really clear where your eyes should go.
There's something odd with the page too. Like it looks like the heading section, the image doesn't go all the way, but they've got a section below where the image goes all the way, and we can help with that, like, you know, changing some aspects of the theme to make sure that things are going either edge to edge or wrapped. I like the edge to edge look at this concept that they're going with better, but but it just feels a little odd when that bottom section is full width.
Yeah, I really agree, and I think that what we're seeing on this page is a theme thing, like that what you're trying to do with your landing page doesn't meet what this theme was meant to do, and I think that a different theme might be better. So if you want to reach out to us, like, you can even just ask me specifically to say, hey, Laura Lee, you mentioned on landing page reviews that you could help with a theme selection. And I know a couple of themes that would work really good for what you're trying to do. It would be a lot better. If you need any help, just let us know. But I think that what you're going to want to do is, it feels very strange that we've got an image here. I think that what's happened is there's a background image on the page itself, and that's coming through. And so I think that that's what's happening, but it feels really strange with this image down here. So let us know if you have any questions, because the layout on this page really, really, I think would be a lot smoother with something else. But also, just make sure that you're really clear about what it is you're offering and why someone should sign up, I think is the biggest change you need to make here as well. Josh, anything else before I sign up?
No, I would go ahead and sign up. It's the biggest thing, like you said, it's just there's no what. Like, I don't know what I'd be signing up for. So
yeah. Okay, so here we said, friends don't let friends suffer from FOMO either. Invite friends and earn products. I'm not sure what FOMO is. Do you know, Josh?
The fear of missing out.
Oh, okay. So share the love with your unique link via email, Instagram, and Facebook, and earn rewards for every friend that signs up. Copy and paste. So I still am not sure what it is. 4 friends. So 4.
It's a monthly tea subscription. I can see it below in the 25 friends, and you get 3 months of Tealish tea.
There we go. Okay, so it's Tealish tea. So we shouldn't have to work quite so hard to figure this out. It should be really, really clear, and it makes sense now. The girl on the landing page drinking, with a cup in her hand, but there was no way for us to know that. So make sure on the landing page that's really clear what it is you're offering, why they should sign up, and it looks like we could earn a whole year of free tea. So that should also be teased on your landing page. And other than that, I would try to be a little bit more consistent. We have 2 women here, but I don't see them drinking tea, or I don't see the connection with this image with your brand. And I might have missed, I don't know do you remember, Josh, on the landing page if there was a logo?
No, there wasn't.
There wasn't. So that would be something else I should have noticed that on the landing page. You should definitely include a logo, include one here as well.
Or at least just the product name, like Tealish, should be in a font above the copy in a larger font.
Definitely. And then let's see, looking at the rewards for 5 friends, 5 referrals, you get awesome 50 bags of tea with 15 friends join, 100. And so then you get 3 months or 12 months. This is so really clear rewards. Josh, what do you think about the reward levels? Do you think that they're good for what they're offering?
Yeah, I think 15 friends. It feels like it's really hard to reach getting something that feels more like a subscription box. Like, I would have it so like their first month is free at a lower level, because you're giving 3 months, 12 months, and 12 months is a really, it's an expensive prize. 50, that I get. But something like, I wish there was the 1 month level at 10 instead of like 2 different bag things, because you're not trying to sell individual bags of tea, you're trying to sell the monthly subscription. So to maybe change it up and say, like, at 5 you get free shipping on your boxes, at 10 you get a free month and free shipping, at 25 you get 3 months, and then at 50 you get 12 months, and just think about it that way. Instead of these individual rewards of like the 50-gram bag of tea.
I like that. And on your title, also make it a little more personalized. Invite friends and earn free tea instead of just products. Just make it a little more specific.
Yeah, and it's just, again, like you're kind of like, earn products. What product? Like, we still didn't know until we got below what the product was, and so that'd be my feedback there.
Yeah, that's all I have for this one.
Yeah. All right, we have one more page to look at today. I don't think anybody's submitted a page in the chat yet. So let's go ahead and I'll pull up nearme.pet. And I've got this here. And it says nearme.pet, and there's this like cool looking space age pet chair that I think my dog would probably love. It's hard to tell what size it is, but it looks like my dog would just cozy up in there. And I mean, right off the bat, there's just something about this logo where it's transparent, but it's got like the white outline. Like it wasn't a very good job of making the logo transparent. It looks like low resolution, whereas like the image is this really sleek thing. And I wish the logo matched up to the image in terms of sleekness.
Yeah, I also feel like the design, because it's a really modern design look for the actual product, but the logo itself does not feel modern. So there's some sort of disconnect there. Not only is it pixelated and has a few resolution issues, but also the design of it doesn't feel modern.
Yeah, and I feel like you should have a designer take a pass at the logo, or at least get a better version of this that looks less pixelated. Would help a lot. If it just looked cleaner, I think it would match the look of the product a little bit more. This does a great job of explaining the what, because there's a giant picture of a chair, and it says a new furniture line for us to sit near our pets, # dogs in chairs. Well, my only thing is that maybe there should be a picture of a dog in the chair. Sits next to you, not on the floor. Sign up and follow us as we build the world's first chair for dog. Okay, so I loved everything about the copy up until you said sign up to follow us and we'll build the world's first dog chair, because nobody signs up to follow anybody's progress as they're launching a company. It's really rare that somebody cares that deeply, but people like the concept of pet furniture, I imagine. You found a niche, and I'm sure that there's people that want it. So sign up for exclusive discounts, like the last couple campaigns we've seen, would be a better approach to get people to sign up today. As we go down the page, let's see, near me pet dog chair. I don't know. There's just something about this image that doesn't feel or match the feel of the other image. I know you're trying to declare a problem statement here, but you've got this words is like uncomfortable, too low. I wish this was just a in use version of the product. I don't know if it maybe doesn't exist or you don't have a prototype yet, but I wish this was just a dog in the version of the product in the living room, because that's what you're saying over here. This near me pet dog chair. Your dog's own space, enjoy companionship, modern, sleek. I like that copy. It all sounds really good. I just wish the image lived up to that copy, showing the actual product or a prototype of the product in use, with a dog actually sitting in a chair next to a human in a chair. And that would let you keep the header image really clean without a dog in it, but then having a version showing that. I personally don't think you need the second sign-up form here, because it's so close to the one on the top and it's not a long page. Where we see secondary forms work are on pages where there's multiple, pages worth of content or really long form content. And if you did anything, you might just have a button that said sign up today that took you back to this top. I just don't think you need the second form. It kind of clutters the page a little bit. And then let's see. Sign up to view a manufacturing process and vote on design elements. Even that would be better. Like this sign up to vote on design elements would be better up here than just following. Like sign up now to vote on designs or popular chair designs, or have a say in the design. That makes me want to sign up. If I could have a say in what this looked like, because I might have a style that I want, would do a better job of getting me to sign up. And then for some reason, this stuff, like this fine print, really stands out. I'm not sure how to make it stand out less. I get you're trying to make sure that these statements are appropriately, linked. But I would just say, this instead of this ... decreases blood pressure, and then just say have a link to it, like click here to see, that opens it up on another page, so that you don't have this thing where I have to copy and paste it And then, the New York Times article here, like, actually, that's a great piece of trust, like saying like -NY Times, right? And then just click the link to see -NY Times, and then you don't have these links down here. And then because you'll be putting this sign up to design this copy near the form, you don't need this one. And this whole section can just go away because you'll be linking, to these things like, quote, petting a dog decreases blood pressure from Journal of Behavioral Medicine, and that's linkable. Quote, like, being in a dog presence blunts the owner's reaction to stress, and then just link American Heart Association with a link to the New York Times article about that. And I think it would look a lot cleaner than the way it looks today. Laura, did you have any feedback on the sign-up page?
I think that you hit the highest points. I would only add like the option of possibly, depending, I don't know how much where you're at in the design process with this or the creation of this product, but if you had more images, one thing that I think that would make this flow really nicely is like for each of these features that you mentioned here, your dog's own space at the height of your chair or bed, you kind of, like Josh said, you had an image here that showed like someone actually using the product, enjoy companionship, stress and relief, and kind of like, and then that might be in another section with another image. If you had something like that, and then like this modern sleek design, if you have those images, that's something I would definitely recommend for the flow of this page. Not only would people be more likely to read it, but the flow, it would feel a little bit smoother. But I totally agree with everything else that Josh said. I don't think for the height of this page at this point, you don't need this second sign-up form. And then the only other thing I would mention is depending on, once you clean up this logo, if it's going to be the same, I would try to be consistent with the colors on this page, because right now your image has multiple colors, and then the logo has this green and this light blue, and then you've got this teal color for the button, and then we've got the sign up Facebook deep blue. So I would just try to maybe be a little bit more consistent. If nothing else changed on this page and I had to decide, I would look at first this blue, and if it didn't look quite right next to this blue, I would then pull in the green. So try to just limit the number of colors you're using on your page.
All right. So I've got, I signed up now, and we can wrap up by taking a look at the thank you page here. I do love the image. It's one I took, and it's of dogs I used to have. So it does speak to me personally, although it's not dogs inside of a house, which might be more appropriate, I don't know, than dogs outside. But if you had this image with like, now it's time to bring a buddy, like, I think it works really well because it's the two dogs. Their names are Oliver and Duncan. And now it's time to bring a buddy. And get a pet chair, like bring buddies, get a chair, like something like that with a really simple way to share. And then there is a little bit of an issue, like this background color on this image is kind of this blue, and I think it would be better if it was just the darker overlay, just a pure black overlay instead of a bluish overlay, and then the logo would stand out a little bit better. And again, if you had the cleaned up logo from the first page, it would work out better here. And then looking at the discounts, 5 referrals, Amelis win big hugs and awe. You're asking for too much. Like, I have to get 5 people to get a hug. And I feel like, that's just, most people you're giving a discount or some exclusive access at 5. And so there's just not enough incentive for people to share at this point. And then at 10, a 3-hour influencer social media marketing consulting session, I don't like this at all for a reward. It's just not, you're trying to speak to pet owners or people who like love their pets enough that they're going to buy furniture for their pet. What's the crossover between people who are that and who are social media marketers? And maybe you are, and it makes sense to you, but it seems like such a slim crossover. And then at 20, you're entered to win one of 3 Near Me pet shares. So here's what I'm saying. Go back to simplifying again, like you've told other people with the reward. At 5 people, you get 10%. At 10 people, you get 25% off. At 20 people, you get half off and a chance to win it for free or something. Like, just really think about simplifying this. And then it's not even clear what the list is, because mailing list members will be first to get a chance to win and buy. But you're saying I have to get 5 people for a chance to win. I'm not sure where, what the reward is, but just think about it from the perspective of, I know nothing about you and your company, and I want to greatly simplify it. I like this other image that you have with an alternative design from the one on the homepage. And I think that would play really well going back to this page as that secondary image that has, like, when you play up the point of, like, you get to choose design elements, because then it's like, well, you've got these 2 designs that people are clearly looking at, where they'll get a chance to help vote or choose between. And it really helps with that message that you want their feedback as part of the process. It feels a little weird. Again, there's this extra color brought in with the yellow. And I don't see the yellow pretty much anywhere else. And so just thinking about simplifying the colors would be really important here. So Laura, did you have any?
No, I would just echo everything you said. Yeah, and especially this sentence here, this mailing list members. Like, I'm left wondering, am I a mailing list member now that I've signed up? I'm not sure. It's the way it's worded, it sounds like I'm not. So,
yeah.
I mean, on top of everything else, there's just a few inconsistencies and things that make this confusing.
Yeah, and so just clear those up, clean up the logo, make it super simple. The promotion, the reasons to join, like, take everything down one more level and make the rewards really, this is just a lesson in general for everybody, like, the rewards should be really tailored towards the people who you think are most likely to buy the product, because that will cut down on the number of people just entering for a random reason. Like, they may not care about your pet chair, but they want the influencer marketing or the free iPad you're giving away. So make it related, and then make the reward process really simple. Be last bits of feedback. So thanks everybody for joining today or watching this later on to see the review of your landing pages. If you have any feedback on this or the Kickoff Labs product in general, feel free to email us at support@kickofflabs.com. And if you want to get a page reviewed in the next landing page reviews, go ahead and sign up at grow.kickofflabs.com/live. And we'll have the sign up form up there updated shortly for the next review session. It'll take place in November. So great talking with you all, and have a great day. Thanks, everyone.